Hello everyone, back to tune into today's second video. I've got a big video for you for this Saturday morning. We have got the second winter 2024-25 seasonal model roundup. So for only the second time this season, we're going to get all of the long range ones together from the world's leading forecast centres. It's got around 14 of them to get through, and we'll see what they're all showing for winter 2024-25. As I say, for only the second time this season. So, big old update. I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first. Video says our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've got a weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 day on the way today as well. So, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. For GavsWeatherVids, thank you so much, everyone. Be sure to Richard as well for our amazing winter updates gift. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Ricardo. So much, my friend. Okay, let's crack on, then. I'm going to start off with the Kansas 6 model from Tropical Tidbits. So this is mean sea level pressure anomaly for the winter 2024-2025. And we see high pressure in control and in the ascendancy here, ridging from the Atlantic into Western Europe. Low pressure is up here, and the jet stream is going to be up there somewhere. So the upshot is, Kansas is predicting a milder than average winter with above average temperatures on the scale. We're about 1.5 degrees above average, so very mild winter is indicated there, and a drier than average winter is forecast from Kansas as well. So a mild, dry winter to start us off. Let's go through the NMME suite of models next, starting off with NASA temperature anomaly. From the NASA model for winter 2024-25 is coming out above average in those red shaded colours on the temperature scale. That's about 1 to 2 degrees above normal, so that's going for a pretty mild winter as well. And precipitation wise, it's a wetter than average winter to the north and a drier than average winter to the south, implying that we have a zone of westerly winter on the way there. The GEM from Canada looks like this. Again, above average temperature anomalies are forecast for winter 24-25 by about 0.5 degree to 1 degree above normal. It's not quite as warm as NASA was showing. And again, sort of implies a zone of winter, so drier than average precipitation not only for Spain and Portugal, wetter than average up towards Iceland. Would suggest like a westerly, southwesterly winter is very likely. And then we've got NCAR showing up next. So this one just goes for very slightly above average temperature, near normal temperature knowledge predicted there. And again, it looks pretty zonal though. Once more, we see wetter than average conditions forecast up here, drier than average conditions forecast up here. So high pressure down towards Spain, low pressure between Scotland and Iceland means that we bring the wind in from a west-southwesterly direction. So all the NCAR suite of models suggesting a westerly zone of winter. IRI probability forecasted temperature looks like this. So probability is favouring above average temperatures, a mild average winter for Ireland, England and Wales by 45 to 60%. However, Scotland, the probability there favours below average temperature, cold average winter by about 40 to 45%. So what kind of pattern would lead to Scotland having a cold average winter, but Ireland, England, Wales having a mild average winter? Not really sure. And as far as precipitation is concerned, there is no signal for precipitation or for rainfall through this winter. Interesting with the IRI probability forecast is that if we go on to the next slide for January, February, March, they see an even stronger signal for a cold late winter period in terms of the probabilities for Scotland. And even Ireland, England and Wales are reverting towards no signal there. So that could imply that the IRI multi-model probability forecast is suggesting colder conditions later on in the winter compared to earlier in the winter. CFSV2 rounds off the North American models. This is the 700 millibar height anomaly from the CFS. So strong area of high pressure from the Azores, reaching into Western Europe, low pressure up towards Greenland, Iceland. That implies again westerly zonal winter, winds coming in from the west-southwest. So as a result of that, we see temperature anomaly predicted to be above average in those orange shaded colours. That's around or up to 1 degree above average. And precipitation, not much of a signal actually for precipitation here for northern and western parts of Europe during this winter. Alright, that rounds off the American models. Let's come over to Europe then, starting off with the ECM WF seasonal model. This is the mean sea pressure anomaly from the ECM for winter 2024-25. Looks like a zonal winter with high pressure reaching from the Azores into northern West Europe. Low pressure's up here. Winds will be coming in from west-southwest. So, but again, that implies, you know, a westerly winter. Nothing more to say other than that. Temperature levels are above average by about half a degree to 1 degree above normal. And precipitation-wise, we see it's wetter than average just to our north. Otherwise, no signal there. This is how much of France is looking. Again, we see quite a strong ridge from the Atlantic into western parts of Europe as well. Temperature anomalies are predicted to be above average by about 1 degree. And again, we see no real signal for rainfall. It's west average just to the north, a little bit drier than average down to the south. DWD from Germany with a strong ridge in the Atlantic, just a little bit further northwards. So that might allow some cooler interludes, cooler snaps maybe, with perhaps a little bit more of a northwest-southeast alignment to the wind flow and the jet stream. But temperature anomaly from DWD is above average again, and precipitation-wise, it's wetter than average to the north, and a little bit drier than average just to the west, to the southwest. Then we have got the CMCC. This is the Mediterranean model, all looking much of a muchness. These Copernicus suite of models with high pressure generally to the south, low pressure tend to be to the north, winds tend to be coming in from the west or a southwesterly direction. Atlantic driven zonal winter indicated there. The temperature anomaly again up to 1 degree above normal. And precipitation wise, it's wetter than average just to the north of us, drier than average to the south. Overall, that's slightly more unsettled with the precipitation anomaly suggesting a wettish sort of winter. The ECCC, also with strong high pressure from the Azores into West Europe. Low pressure is up here, flat and westerly France pancake, winds coming in from the west. Temperature anomaly is above average in those orange to red shaded colours. That could be up to like a couple of degrees above average. It's very mild winter predicted there, and also rather wetter winter indicated as well with that strong westerly zonal flow. And then finally, for the Copernicus suite of models, we've got the JMA. And this is the first one that we've seen that could suggest something a bit colder. So some higher pressure is up towards Greenland and up towards Iceland to the North Scandinavia as well. And so you could see, but we will get like an easterly flow or easterly flows at times, which can be a cold wind direction. Temperatures are still above average by about half a degree to 1 degree above normal. Just a pattern, therefore, that's a little bit more interesting from a colder perspective, and no signal for precipitation. Keeping the Asian theme going, we move from Japan to China, and we have a look at the Beijing Climate Center penultimately, with strong blocking area of high pressure to the north, or above average heights in terms of the 500 millibar height anomaly. See it a little bit more clearly with the 200 millibar height anomaly. Again, a blocking area of high pressure. Looks like it's centering up here. And so you could see, but maybe we would get wind in from the east sometime during this winter. The temperature anomaly is about average, not a particularly strong signal either way. Eastern Europe, getting slightly colder than average winter. And precipitation-wise, so it's a dry winter being indicated actually out in the Atlantic and towards Scandinavia. That's where the high pressure is sitting. Actually, for the UK and Ireland, the precipitation is slightly above average, and that will be because of easterly winds. So that's quite interesting. That might imply, you know, some wintry precipitation coming through on those easterlies at times. And then lastly, we come back to the UK Met, to our very own UK Met Office product. And look away now if you want a cold winter, because again, this one reverting to the pattern of high pressure from the Azores reaching into southern southwest Europe, low pressure towards Greenland, Iceland, and a strong westerly zonal flow therefore is anticipated. Means that the temperature anomaly is coming out above average there, and the rainfall anomaly that comes out wetter than normal in what would be potentially a wet, windy, maybe at times quite stormy, but also very zonal winter. Westerlies rule. Okay, we're done. What an update that was. Really is. Get behind the stage. Long time for coldies there, isn't it? All I'd say, you know, it's just what the season models are showing. So they might look different when we do the third and final winter 2024-25 season model roundup at the end of November, end of next month. But that's what they're showing for October's update anyway. Blimey, I don't know. So if these models are right, clearly we've got a very, very, very strong signal for a very mild and also very zonal, and at times potentially quite wet and stormy winter. But we shall see what happens, and we've got the night winter update coming up for you tomorrow, of course, at 10 AM. That will be an absolute epic. So plenty of winter data about. Anyway, thank you so much, Richard, for the gift. Thank you so much to those global forecast centres for their long-range data. We're going to be back a little bit later on with your weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 days, so keep checking back to the channel for more for the second winter 2024-25 season 1 roundup. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.